Welcome to the Modern Arizona Podcast. We share the stories of people whose lives are shaped by the legal system in Arizona and beyond. Each episode blends real experiences, expert insights, and practical guidance to give you a deeper understanding of the law and its impact on everyday life.
Hello, this is Billie Tarascio with the Modern Arizona Podcast, and today I'm joined by Jill Sawick-Healy, a compassionate, community-minded real estate professional who helps individuals and families navigate some of the life's biggest transitions, including divorce. She is the owner of Tender Arm Sleeve Realty, where she blends real estate expertise with genuine care, helping clients make confident, informed decisions about their homes and their future. Today, we're going to talk about real estate and approaching real estate during divorce, from timing the market to shared ownership to rebuilding your life and connections after such a major change. Jill, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. How long have you been in real estate?
So I've been a realtor since 2007, and I've been through just about every type of real estate market you can imagine. Should I go into a little bit more about myself? And I just wanted to make a correction. I work with Realty One Group, and over the years, yes, I'm a local realtor with Realty One Group. Over the years, I've helped hundreds of families sell homes, and many of my clients come back when life brings a new chapter. Whether that's upsizing, downsizing, or navigating a big life transition like divorce, my goal has always been to make the process as smooth, informed, and positive as possible, no matter the circumstances.
That's wonderful. So what brought you into this work?
So, comes down to helping people in their life transitions. Real estate is buying and selling a home is one of the biggest choices a person will make. I enjoy helping people navigate the tough situations, as well as first-time home buyers, veterans. I really enjoy helping people reduce the stress in these types of transactions and reach their goals and move on to the next chapter of their life.
Yeah, home buying is definitely hard, right? It's such an important
Yes,
decision. You need a place to live. There can be a lot of pressure to get into a
definitely.
house. And
Yes,
then when you add a divorce on top and financial constraints and all the emotions,
yes.
like I'm surprised that you like working with this population.
Well, I find that helping people navigate these challenging situations um, i- is is something that it 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 brings me a type of um, pride or joy to help somebody with these tough situations to get there in the smoothest possible way, navigating those challenges and the financial situations, um, the market conditions, knowing the trends. It can be
Yeah.
tricky, and there's a lot of emotions involved, often driving those decisions, and just trying to provide clarity and understanding of the market is something that I pride myself on. And I know it's not easy and all the factors that are involved with divorce. So
Right.
it's more of just helping people through those challenging times and get to that next chapter and make it as seamless as possible, and trying to partner with an attorney like yourself to reduce the stress and the just to get to that next step as easy as possible.
For couples who are going through a divorce, when is the right time for them to sell?
For divorcing couples, I would say timing the market can be tricky because often emotions are involved. The decision and the numbers need to be considered closely. My advice is always to start with clarity, understand the current market value of your home and what your options are. If possible, try to make decisions based on long-term financial picture and not short-term emotions that often come with divorce. Sometimes it makes sense to sell right away and split proceeds cleanly. I've had clients stay in homes to wait out the market for changes in the market, improvements for more equity. It really comes to
Mm-hmm.
knowing the value of your home and the options. Having an experienced realtor and a good attorney can help you find the balance between emotional timing and market timing so no one feels rushed, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone feels respected through the process.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really tough. Let's talk about what's going on in the market right now. So it is currently October of 2025. What are you seeing happening in the housing market here in the Maricopa County area?
I am seeing more homes on the market than we've seen previously. I believe 13% increase in homes on the market today than where we were a year ago. The interest rates have come down slightly, and I believe 6.19% as of today. And the values are starting to come down slightly throughout the Maricopa County area. Um, and with
Okay, so
that,
what was the height of the market?
what was the
When
height
were
of
home
the market?
prices the highest?
That was somewhere, I would say about 2022, somewhere around 2022, 2023. And the last few years, we've seen with the pandemic, we've seen rapid value increases, high demand, value,
Mhm.
waiver of appraisals. Um, and we've seen
Mm,
that shift more towards a balanced market today. There's more power for buyers to negotiate and get some of I'd say it's leaning slightly towards a buyer's market, but more balanced than we've seen in the last few years.
got it. Okay. All right. So okay, so it's a tough time to sell a house. But you're gonna have couples who have a divorce agreement that says a house has to be sold. Or you're gonna have a couple that is deciding, do we stay? Do we go? What do we do? My mortgage rate is low,
Yes.
but one person needs to be bought out. When somebody needs to be bought out, but somebody else wants to keep the house because the rate is low and it's a bad time to sell, what do you advise?
Well, I believe you're referring to joint ownership, and
Is that what
until
you advise, that people continue to jointly own the house?
well, it really depends again on their circumstance and are there children in the home, and how will the divorce impact the children? If are they looking to wait until the kids finish school? I've seen joint ownership work after divorce, but it really depends on the relationship between the parties and the reason for keeping the home. It may help preserve equity if the market is expected to rise, and I touched on that earlier. But there's pros and cons like anything else. It keeps financial ties between the former spouses, which can create stress or conflict. And one again, then you're tied to that other person's financial decisions, which can still impact each other. So it really depends on the relationship of the couple and all the factors that are involved with whether um, it's something to be looked at closely and decide the equity and the selling, what the sale proceeds look like, and um, how the future plans for all parties, what best fits everybody with um, all that's involved with the family. There's a lot of variables there to be considered.
What do you think that couples should have in place if they are considering joint ownership post divorce?
If a couple chooses to do joint ownership, um, really consider everything from the maintenance on the home to the future sale terms. Make sure everything's clearly documented with the help of both legal, like yourself, and real estate professionals.
What do you see that us lawyers usually miss?
What do lawyers usually miss? From
Mhm.
past experience working in divorces, just making sure there's unbiased parties involved, that everybody feels comfortable and everything's fair. Just those emotions and being very considerate of all the emotions involved.
Yeah, so when I'm working with a couple and they are they want to keep a house, I usually give them a couple options. You can continue to jointly own, and then eventually, when the house is sold, split the equity,
Yes.
or you can lock in the equity at the time and say, this, party, let's say dad's moving out. Dad is entitled to, let's say, $100,000 of equity. He's going to get his $100,000 plus 10% interest or something like that. And then mom has to sell by X date. That might be something that I would write into a divorce decree if a couple were trying to negotiate that. Is there anything with that would that create any problems from the real estate perspective?
No, I don't see. I mean, those are all great suggestions, and I agree with you. No, I don't see any problems with that. And again, it just comes down to getting everybody on board and feeling comfortable with those decisions. And
Yeah, for me, it's really about all of the what ifs, planning all of the what ifs. Okay,
Mhm.
so, does this person have to refinance or not? Because if you don't refinance, then both of your credit is tied up. And is that okay or is it not okay? It might be
True.
fine. It might be
Hmm.
just fine that I'm lending my credit to my ex spouse, or it might make it so that I can't buy my own house. So that's a really important thing for us to figure out. And then we want to also think about, well, what happens if the mortgage is missed? And now my credit that I'm lending to my ex might take a hit because somebody didn't pay the mortgage and my name's still on it. And that I would want to trigger a sale clause or a right to sale. So for me, it's really just about thinking through all of the steps of what ifs, which is kind
Hmm.
of what we lawyers are paid to do.
Yes. Yes.
And then, so when you get that house, let's say you've got a joint ownership and one of these clauses hits, somebody didn't pay the mortgage and now my client is calling to have it sold. That must put the real estate agent in a tough situation.
Yes, it definitely does. So, but again, that's where you have everything in writing and you have it and put it all documented up front so everybody understands the terms and the expectations and everybody's aligned. But yes, that's why those clauses are in place to protect.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would want my client or me to have the right to cure that. So pay the mortgage. That way my credit's fine,
Hmm.
protect the asset, and then call for the sale.
Hmm.
And then I would usually want a real estate commissioner to be appointed
Hmm.
because a real estate commissioner can have some authority over and stop the party from in the house. So sometimes the party in the house doesn't want to sell and they might sabotage that sale relationship. Have you ever had that happen?
At this point, no, not at
Oh,
this.
good for you. I'm glad that you have not experienced that.
Sounds like you've gone through that, and I
Oh,
understand it can
yeah.
get
I
very
mean, this is
nasty.
definitely like if you don't have access to the house and this is your investment, I mean, there are definitely risks, in my opinion, with co ownership post
Yes.
divorce. And so it really comes down to how much do you trust this person? You know them. Are they likely to pay their bills? Are they
Mhm.
likely to trash the house? Is this someone that you want as a tenant, per se, in
Mhm.
your space? And for many couples, yes, it's fine. They've lived together. They know how they
Mhm.
both live. The kids are there. This works, but it's not something that I think should be taken lightly.
Agreed.
Hmm. Okay, so you are known for being deeply connected to your community. How
Mhm.
has that helped you both personally and professionally?
In my opinion, community involvement is one of the best ways to rebuild major life changes, including divorce. Personally, I stay connected through local charity events. No Kid Goes Hungry, Starlight Foundation, St. Jude's Hospital are a few of the foundations that I work closely with. I also feel that staying connected with family activities and neighborhood networking groups are all good ways to rebuild connections. I always encourage people to find community, whether that's in fitness classes, church groups, volunteering, all good ways to stay connected
Mm.
with the community. Um, in addition, each month I post a event calendar, which I'd be happy to share with anybody interested with local events happening around the valley. Great way to get out there and l- possibly connect with some new opportunities and um, and be a part of some good groups and which is volunteering is something that I do quite a bit of and feel strongly about. So just giving back to the community.
Yeah. So you definitely recommend when people are post-divorce or looking to rebuild after their separation that they
Hmm.
get involved. And you've got this
Absolutely.
community calendar.
Yes. Yes.
So
I
how did you
generally
get started making your community calendar?
um just getting out there and meeting some great people and wanted to share the opportunities with others, and so I started generating a calendar, collecting events, to the, to share all these great opportunities. And so I posted. Many of my clients find it useful.
Hmm.
Upcoming holiday, Halloween, things to do. There's many groups that you can connect with for support, for emotional support. Uh, you can meet some great people out there, and there's a lot of good connections. There's a lot of people that need help with volunteering. Um, and it's something good to do. It always makes me feel good to give back and to meet some great people around our community and see what there is out there to offer.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time today. What is your favorite piece of advice for anyone who is buying or selling a home in the Maricopa County area right now?
Well, my favorite piece of advice for anyone buying or selling right now is focus on your personal goals, not just the headlines. There will always be noise in the media and about interest rates and market shifts, but the right time to buy or sell is when it's right for you. If you're working with an experienced realtor who knows how to negotiate and market properly and guide you strategically, there are opportunities in every type of market.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show, for sharing all of your expertise and knowledge. It's been a great time. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to the Modern Arizona podcast. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, make sure to download it, like it, leave a review, and share it with your friends. If you know someone who would be a good guest or you would like to be on the Modern Arizona podcast, make sure to give us an email or reach out to us at mymodernlaw.com.